The greatest trick your brain ever played on you was convincing you that comfort is the goal. Look at where you are right now. Maybe you're in bed. Maybe you're sitting in a chair you've been in for 3 hours. You feel safe. You feel fine. But you aren't fine. You are sedated. There is a reason you have big dreams at 11 p.m. But by 8 a.m. the next morning, you are paralyzed. There is a reason you know exactly what to do to change your life. You know the diet, the business plan, the text you need to send, but you physically cannot make your hand move to do it. You think you are lazy. You think you lack discipline. You are wrong. You are trapped in a biological loop designed 50,000 years ago, a loop that mistakes safety for survival. This is the midnight algorithm. Today, we decode the comfort trap, and more importantly, we show you how to break the lock. To escape the trap, you first have to see the bars. Your brain has a priority list. It's not happiness. It's not success. It is energy conservation. To your primitive brain, the amygdala, change is expensive. Change burns calories. Change introduces variables. And in the wild, variables mean death. So your brain developed a mechanism called homeostasis. Think of it like a thermostat. Your life has a temperature. Maybe your temperature is waking up late, scrolling for 2 hours, and feeling mild anxiety. That is your baseline. The moment you try to change, the moment you try to wake up early, or start that channel, you are raising the heat. You are deviating from the baseline, and your brain panics. It floods your system with cortisol. It creates brain fog. It invents logical excuses like, "I'll start on Monday," or "I need to research more first." This isn't logic. This is the thermostat kicking in to cool you back down. It is pulling you back to safety, back to the cage. You aren't fighting your personality. You are fighting your biology. But let's go deeper, because biology is just the hardware. You are also running corrupted software. This is the concept of identity lag. When you try to change your habits, you are usually just changing your actions. But you haven't changed your identity. You are a person who sees themselves as lazy, trying to act like a person who is productive. This creates cognitive dissonance, a mental friction that drains your battery before you even start. Your brain hates inconsistencies. If you believe you are a procrastinator, your brain will subconsciously sabotage your work to align with that belief. It wants to be right, more than it wants to be successful. To break this, you must stop negotiating with your old self and start killing it. But biology and identity aren't the only things holding you. There are 5 specific chains that keep the door locked. Most people only see 3, but the last 2 are the most dangerous. Chain number 1, the dopamine pacifier. We live in an era of cheap rewards. In the past, dopamine was the reward for hunting, gathering, building. You had to work to feel good. Today, you can get the chemical feeling of accomplishment without achieving anything. You post a photo, dopamine. You win a video game match, dopamine. You watch someone else build a house on YouTube, dopamine. Your brain is confused. It thinks you are winning at life because the chemical signals are firing. But in reality, you are rotting. You are pacified by a screen, while your real potential atrophies. Chain number 2, the spotlight effect. This is the fear that everyone is watching you. You are afraid to upload that first video because you think people will laugh. You are afraid to go to the gym because you think people will judge your form. Here is the brutal truth. Nobody cares about you. They are too busy worrying about the spotlight on them. The audience you are so afraid of is a hallucination. You are letting imaginary people stop you from taking real action. Chain number 3. The sunk cost fallacy. This is the belief that you must keep doing what you've always done, simply because you've done it for a long time. You stay in the relationship because it's been 3 years. You stay in the degree because I've already paid for 2 semesters. You are clinging to a mistake just because you spent a long time making it. You are blinding yourself to the ultimate business metric: opportunity cost. You would rather drown with the ship than admit you need a lifeboat. Chain number 4. The perfectionism shield. This is the most subtle trap of all. Perfectionism is not about high standards, it is about fear. You tell yourself, I won't launch until it's perfect, or I need the right camera before I start filming. This sounds noble, but it is a lie. Perfectionism is just procrastination with a tuxedo on. It is a defense mechanism to protect you from judgment. If you never launch, you can never fail. And if you never fail, you never get hurt. But you also never live. Chain number 5. The energy leak. Every incomplete task in your life is an open loop. A tab running in the background of your brain. That email you didn't reply to. That shelf you didn't fix. That conversation you are avoiding. Each one takes a tiny slice of your RAM. You feel exhausted, not because you did too much, but because you are carrying the weight of 1,000 things you didn't do. So, how do you override 50,000 years of evolution and break these 5 chains? You don't fight it. You hack it. The only way to reset your internal thermostat is through a system I call the friction audit. Motivation is a myth. Motivation is a feeling, and feelings are volatile. You cannot build a life on something that changes with the weather. You must build it on systems, specifically 2 friction. Protocol A. Environment design. Your willpower is a finite resource, like a battery. Every time you resist a temptation, you drain the battery. Eventually, it hits 0, and you relapse. The goal is to design an environment where the bad habit has high friction, and the good habit has low friction. If you want to stop scrolling in bed, do not rely on willpower. Put the phone in the kitchen before you sleep. Increase the friction. If you want to work out in the morning, sleep in your gym clothes. Decrease the friction. Stop trying to be stronger and start being smarter. Design a cage that forces you to be the person you want to be. Protocol B. The micro-adversity. You must introduce small, controlled doses of pain into your day. Start your day with a cold shower. Not for health benefits, but for psychological warfare. You are training your brain that discomfort does not equal death. You are manually overriding the stop signal every time you step into the cold. You are casting a vote for the new identity. Protocol C. The 5-second kill switch. The moment you have an instinct to act, to speak up, to write, to move, you have a 5-second window before your brain kills the idea. Count backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and move. Physically, move. When you move, you short-circuit the logic center. You bypass the negotiation. Protocol D. The 70% rule. To kill perfectionism, you must embrace the 70% rule. A project launched at 70% quality is infinitely more valuable than a project at 100% that stays in your head. The market rewards volume, and it rewards speed. It does not reward your silence. Release the imperfect video. Publish the rough draft. The data you get from failing is worth more than the safety of waiting. The comfort trap is warm. It is familiar. It whispers to you that tomorrow is a better day to start. It is lying. Tomorrow is a dangerous word. Tomorrow is the graveyard of potential. Every time you choose comfort, you are paying a price. But you don't see the bill immediately. The bill comes 10 years from now, when you look in the mirror and realize you are exactly the same person you were today, only older and filled with regret. That is the true cost of comfort. It doesn't cost you money. It costs you your life, the life you want. The respect, the power, the freedom is waiting for you. But it is not in this room. It is out there, in the cold, in the dark, in the uncomfortable. Escape the trap. If you want to know how to stop caring what other people think, so you can finally move forward, click the next video on the spotlight effect. I'll see you in the deep end.